Adam Hastings enjoyed the meteoric rise in 2018, but now he is aiming for the stratosphere. There's an argument that Adam Hastings' big year came to an end just a couple of days ago. 12 months earlier, Glasgow's bright young thing was playing his regular rugby for Currie Chieftains in the Tennent's Premiership, and now, at the ripe old age of 22, Hastings is on the brink of superstardom. The fly half played fewer than 10 times for Glasgow Warriors last season, which was largely down to the talismanic figure of Finn Russell occupying the No 10 shirt. It is surprising, having now been witness to the Edinburgh native's vast array of talents, that he failed to make more of an impact prior to this season. Yet the expat rugbyman, who is son and nephew to Scotland legends Gavin and Scott Hastings, is not frustrated or put out by his lack of playing time. In fact, the experience has made him not only humble but hugely grateful for the position he now finds himself in. At the center of everything Warriors have achieved this season both domestically and in Europe, the halfback has stepped into Russell's gargantuan shoes with ease following the Scotland men's 2018 move to Racing 92. In the same vein as his predecessor, he creates try-scoring opportunities often from his own 22. Playing without fear and a sixth sense for his inside man. Earning his first cap in June against Canada and scoring his first international try in the autumn test against Fiji, Hastings has firmly made his mark. "It's all been a bit of a whirlwind and I'm just hoping I can keep going," said Hastings. "It's a funny old game, you know. I was playing for Currie in Premiership 1 this time last year, so things have changed. I didn't really expect it at all. The success of this season. I think I played only 8 games last season for Glasgow, so I thought I probably wasn't going to go on the Scotland tour, but thankfully Gregor Townsend picked me and I ended up getting my first cap out there, which was amazing. I was just hoping to play a lot of games this season and hopefully start more than I did last season. I probably surprised myself a bit in getting so many starts, and ending up getting picked for the autumn internationals was amazing. I had a week off after all the autumn tests. I went away to Dubai and that was a nice 6 days where I could reflect on a bit of a mental year." Hastings signed a 2-year extension with Warriors in December alongside fellow internationals George Horne and Tommy Seymour, keeping him firmly under Townsend's watchful eye. But while the last 12 months have proven to be more than he could have hoped for, 2019 will provide no let-up in terms of what is expected of him. January will decide his club's fate in the Heineken Champions Cup, while the Six Nations begins in the first weekend in February. And, from a wider viewpoint, the World Cup in Japan in September is unsurprisingly on his radar. "I've got a few goals for this season," he explained. "Hopefully making that Six Nations squad and then obviously pushing for a World Cup spot. I've had to think about that. I try to front-load the week, so I try to get all my analysis done on the Monday and the Tuesday and make sure I really know my stuff on the opposition or what we are running that week. Then it's just a case of going out and playing what's in front of you, but I try to take it week by week and not look too far ahead or I'd think I'd lose my mind. At the moment I feel very lucky to be in the position I am in and I just want to keep it going and hopefully stay injury-free." When asked if he feels he can fill the boots of the exiting Stuart Hogg as Glasgow's new lucky charm, Hastings is charmingly modest. His message is not what he can do as an individual, but what Glasgow and Scotland can achieve as a unit. "I think we've got so many players in this squad that can make something out of nothing," he added. "Who knows? Obviously being in the position I am in, it's quite influential and if a No 10 plays bad then it's going to be hard for a team to play well. We've got quality in the squad with some amazing players in there and some fantastic internationals as well. This season we've shown periods of brilliance in games but I think we just need that consistency for the whole 80 minutes. That's what is going to help us go far in both the Pro 14 and Europe. What differentiates us from other teams is just how fit we are. Our work rate around the pitch is just amazing, even the big boys. We've also got some players with flair and good skill, so that doesn't hurt either. Perhaps the only hurdle stopping Hastings reaching the dizzy heights of the Rugby Hall of Fame is the somewhat underwhelming first showing of his partnership with Russell for Scotland. Largely viewed as a potentially lethal duo for their country, which could propel them into World Cup contention, their first start as no Tennent 12 against Argentina did not seem to go to plan, but Hastings is adamant that with time they can crack it. He said, "Against Fiji it went half decent. I was only on for about 10 minutes but it seemed to go well. In the Argentina match, we were both a bit disappointed with how it went and I think the conditions may have played a part in that," added the standoff. "We were hoping for a dry ball but obviously it was chucking it down. Finn's a class player and his career has been amazing so far. He's a great communicator, so I don't see why it couldn't work. Being part of a rugby dynasty brings its own set of challenges and pressures. Living up to the name can prove to be a weighty task, but Hastings is not focused on what is expected of him nor how many trophies and exposure he could receive in the new year. What is blindingly clear is his love of the game. Above all else he wants to play. He wants to play for as long as possible to the best of his ability." And when asked what he is most looking forward to over the next 12 months, it's no surprise how he answers. "Playing," he replied. "I've just come onto the scene and I've never played this much rugby before in a season professionally and I'm honestly just enjoying playing at the moment."